Organic webs. Peter 2 had them. He was cool. You're cool. Yeah, you're okay.
Peter, things can change. And get really scary.
You're in danger. You gotta come with me.
I don't know if you're the real Spider-Man.
But the people who love you,
God, that's cool.
we love you because you're you.
Dr. Banner? I didn't know you could get that big.
Remember that, no matter how powerful you become.
Spidey Tracker says Spider-Man is in the vicinity.
No way, that's crazy.
I'm not like a weirdo.
He's a little weird.
In this movie, we did this really cool thing to recreate all of these famous comic book covers.
We're shooting at 420 frames per second, which is virtually impossible to act at 420 frames per second. And Tom had to do this kind of perfect uppercut, reverse swan dive, where we're yanking him up into the air towards the camera. It was a real awakening to how much control he has over every muscle in his body. He hit that perfect pose in 2 or 3 takes.
That was a lot of fun trying to figure out how to do those things, and I think those shots look amazing.
Peter Parker is always making the hard decisions, and in his mind, the best way to keep the ones that he loves safe is to keep them away from him.
He kind of starts the film with this mindset of he has to push Peter Parker to one side and allow Spider-Man to take up his entire existence. And that creates a pressure and a stress. So not only is everyone else going to forget who Peter Parker is, but Peter Parker is going to forget who Peter Parker is. And that is his biggest fear, because that is the only thing that links him to the love of his life, his best friend, his aunt that sacrificed everything for him. So that, to me, is a really strong emotional drive for a character to follow, and I was just really happy that Destin was willing to tell something that is a little more mature and a little more complicated. Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
I think it definitely wouldn't be the movie that it is without Tom Holland, not just because he's Spider-Man, but because of all the work that he's doing behind the camera. He cares so much about the character. He cares so much about the people who relate and connect to the character, and wants to do justice to Peter Parker's story and what he means to so many people. So nothing gets past him, you know? He really is so committed and so thoughtful about every aspect of Spider-Man, but Peter Parker too.
Welcome everyone. Marvel and Sony released a bunch more Spider-Man brand new day footage with a bunch of references to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, so we will break it all down. Now, he's probably regretting that he didn't spend more time looking for his holes like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man wanted to do in that movie. Probably the bigger surprise is that the clip that they released of him talking about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is what I thought they might be doing in the movie, but I wasn't expecting them to confirm it this soon. He literally references Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man when he's trying to figure out how to use his organic web shooters. Peter #2 had them. He was cool. I'm cool too. And then he just completely loses control as he tries to test them out the way that Tobey Maguire lost control when he was trying to figure out his organic web shooters.
Shazam! Go! Go! Go, web, go!
So as a lot of us guessed, he's going to see his organic web shooters and just try to follow Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's example because of what they did during No Way Home, because of him meeting with them and learning about his life. This should probably be no surprise, because I just did a trailer video for Tom Holland talking about how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suits, each of their individual suits, influenced how he built his brand new Spider-Man suit in this movie. We even got a much better look at his apartment. There's a pop-up in New York City that you can physically go visit, where you can see what his apartment looks like, and you get to see what his new suit fabricator is. It's the same sewing machine that we saw at the end of No Way Home, that he has since upgraded with a whole bunch of new technology, because he is a science bro. He's like a junior science bro, but this is what he's been using to build and repair his suits. And you can see that it's actually way more advanced than a normal sewing machine based on his changes, because he does have a little bit of technology built into the suit. You also notice on this sewing machine he has an old GPU that he's hacked into it and some RAM. That's probably the most difficult thing for him to do in this movie. Defeating villains and reconnecting with his friends? Big problem. But an even bigger problem is finding a GPU and some RAM that he can afford because of the AI tech crunch that's going on right now. Nobody can afford new computer gear. To make more Tobey Maguire Spider-Man puns, he had to beat an old lady with a stick to get his hands on these. We get a bunch more footage of him web-slinging and saving that kid. It just looks amazing. Way better than the John Watts era of Spider-Man films when it came to web-slinging. We got a little bit of that, but it just seems like Destin Daniel Cretton is dedicated to doing a much better job of that in his new Spider-Man films if he continues making more after this. We get a bunch more new scenes with a new voiceover from Aunt May, which is probably a flashback, with him remembering what she told him before she died about great power and great responsibility, and him misinterpreting what it actually means, as he talks about later in the trailer, where Peter thinks that he has to be Spider-Man 24/7. And the added joke from Tom Holland is that Dr. Strange's spell caused everybody to forget Peter Parker, but now Peter Parker himself is in danger of forgetting who Peter Parker is, because he's been doing nothing but Spider-Man stuff 24/7.
So not only is everyone else going to forget who Peter Parker is, but Peter Parker is going to forget who Peter Parker is.